Good afternoon and welcome. My name's Paul Church from Clarity Craft here in the UK.
And my name is Louise Island.
And we're here to keep you company for the next hour or so. It's a nice, calm, groovy Tuesday afternoon.
It is. It's Groovy Tuesday again.
It is indeed.
It comes around quick.
Every Tuesday, believe it or
Every
not.
Tuesday.
Every Tuesday. That's one thing we can't change, are the days of the week. So pull up a chair, get comfy. We're here to say keep you company. We've got some designs to share with you that maybe you're not familiar with that work wonderfully with the recent birds.
The bird rounds.
The bird rounds. So the lovebird, the dream bird, and the songbird. They were initially designed to work with the SHAC Butterflies and Flowers.
Yes.
But because it's the same style and the same sizing, they also work with the birds. So we thought we'd shine a light on that collection. Gilly is in the room with you this afternoon, so if you've got any questions, she's there to help. She'll be popping some links up for you. And she said the sound is good. So it's a lovely sunny afternoon as well here. I think this week, the weather, it changes day by day. I think today or tomorrow is meant to be the warmest day of the year so far, so they say. But that can all change.
So, this is England after all.
It is indeed. Blink and it changes. So, but once we're in the building, it doesn't matter, does it? Whether it rains, shines, snows, floods.
Us crafters.
We're up on the first floor. We're fine.
We're all right.
Not sure about the pickers and packers, but so yes, I hope everybody's well. We've got the day 4 winner of the winner piece of Barb's signed artwork to announce as well. So we'll do that during the course of the hour. What else have we got? We've got our first monthly online workshop tomorrow.
I know.
That's come around very quickly.
It has.
So we'll have a look at that in a little bit more detail because there's still time for you to sign up for that. I think with the online courses, it's great because you've got no traveling.
Yep.
You're in the comfort of your own home.
Yeah.
You can provide your own dietary requirements.
That's true.
If you want chocolate and more chocolate, then that's fine. And it's a nice way of learning where we can get together. It's on a secure platform. Everyone that has signed up until I think it was yesterday afternoon, all the invites have been sent out to you. Sometimes Circle will send an email and let you know that you've been enrolled, and sometimes it doesn't.
Okay.
It's just the way it is. So if you've used the Circle platform before, I would suggest you log into your account and you should see that you have access to the Dreambird online course if you've signed up for it. If you haven't, or maybe you're new to the Circle platform, then all you need to do is go to clarity-classroom.com and then that'll ask you to create an account. If you log in, create your account, log in, and then you'll see you've got access to that course. And that's the same for any of our online courses. Now, if you're still struggling with that or you're not sure or etc., then you can give the office a call on the number below, which is 01732 868 215, and the lovely Sue or Louise or Pete are there to help you. So we don't sort of like enroll you and say, right, get on with it, sort of thing. And with all of our online workshops, if you can't tune in live during the event, then once you bought it, you've got the keys to that classroom and you can go in afterwards. It's made available. It always takes a couple of hours for Jim to work his magic and then upload it. And then you can go in at your leisure. You can pause, you can fast forward. But say we'll look at that project a little later on during the course of this hour. So let's have a look. I reckon the sun is keeping everybody outside today. It's very quiet, isn't it?
It is very quiet. People are gardening now.
People are gardening. They're getting a suntan.
Thinking, look at that garden.
Sue says she's just checked her course and hers is there. There we go. Good to hear. Right. Okay. I'm going to jump over to a different screen so we'll no longer see the chat. And I thought what we'll do is bring some full screen graphics up to shine a light on the products during the course of this hour. Now, in our show page or our TV show page, everything's available individually. Everything's available in its various bundles, and all the stuff that we're going to be sharing with you during the course of this hour is in there as well. Perfect. So let's have a look. So the first item we're going to be sharing with you this afternoon is Barbara SHAC semi-round dotted lace framers. This is an A4 Groovi plate, item number 42135. Now, I've kept this at Barb's birthday bash 20% discount.
Wonderful.
And that price will go back up at the end of the week. I thought, you know what?
Let's still celebrate.
Let's celebrate for one day longer. So that brings the price down to £20.79. Obviously, if you're a club member, then you'll receive your relevant club discount as well. So if you belong to one club, you'll be saving £7.28. If you belong to two clubs, £7.80. And if you belong to all three clubs, you'll be saving £8.32. So that brings the price down to £17.67 from £25.99. So, and when you look at this, there is so much on this plate. I remember when Jazz was working with Barb on this plate and the idea behind it. It's a standalone plate, but it works in conjunction with the SHAC Butterflies and Flowers, or Flowers and Butterflies. And it also works with the Love, Dream and Songbird collection as well. So that's your first item we've got to share with you. Then last week we launched the Celebration Sentiment Rounds A5 Square Groovi plate. And we'll show you how this works in conjunction with that previous plate.
Yeah.
Okay. So the item number for that is 42629, £10.49 plus your club saving. And then the plates we launched at the beginning of the month. This is Barbara's Love, Dream and Songbirds A5 Square Groovi plate collection. Item number 42626. You've got a saving, bringing the price down to £29.99. And Louise is going to be using the Dream Bird in the online workshop tomorrow.
Yes.
Then we have the original collection, which is Barbara's SHAC Japanese Flowers and Butterflies A5 Square Groovi plate collection 42628. That has the same saving, bringing the price down to £29.99. Now, if you want to add a little bit of Japanese flair to it, then we also have Barbara's SHAC Japanese Symbols and Butterfly Spacer. So these were designed in conjunction with the original Butterflies and Flowers.
Yeah.
So if you're looking to add a little bit of zen to your artwork, then we've kept this with the 20% discount as well. Perfect. Saving £2.60. These prices on this collection and the A4 plate will go back up at midnight on Friday. Then we've got, let's have a look. I'm going to go for the product of the month. So if you add any of the next 4 items to your basket, you're probably aware by now, because you tune in on a regular basis, that this will automatically unlock double points on your basket.
Perfect.
And I know, I'm not going to name any names, but I know there was a lovely customer yesterday. She purchased tickets for the summer retreat.
Oh, yeah.
She got a club discount and she put a product of the month in, which means that she got double points.
Brilliant.
Very good indeed. So this is the stamp, Barbara's Floral Hearts A5 Stamp and Mask Set, item number 12304, £22.49 plus your club discount. The next item on offer for the product of the month are the stencils, item number 01119, and that's £12.98. The third offering is the Groovi version, item number 42621. So you've got an A6 plate and a spacer plate. So it fits perfectly within the plate mate that comes with the starter kit. And then finally, your fourth offering is the much awaited rainbow duo of the pastel rainbow, and this is your parchment and paper, item number 42624. Now, if you're looking to sign up to one of our online workshops, then the first of the monthly ones from Louise is the one that's taking place tomorrow at 1 p.m. The item number for this is 60249, £30 plus your club discounts. I mean, that is stunning.
It's going to be fun, I think.
I think it's definitely going to be fun.
Are you going to follow along?
I won't follow along. I don't think I'll have the energy to follow along come tomorrow. So that is your March offering. Then we have your April offering, and this is the With Love Floral Heart Frame, item number 60250, £30 plus club discount, and that one will take place on the 22nd of April. Then we look ahead even further to May, and we have the third one, which is item number 60251, the Butterflies and Floral Frame Parchment Project, and that will take place on Wednesday, the 20th of May. And then this is just around the corner. It's a week on Saturday. This is your Introduction to Acrylic Paint with Barbara Gray. This will take place on Saturday, the 28th of March. And that runs in two parts. So it'll go from 9 a.m. until 12 p.m. And then you have a nice 2-hour long lunch break, or to clean up the mess, one or the other. And then it continues from 2 p.m. until approximately 4 p.m.
Where you can make more mess.
Where you can make more mess. And the item number for that is 60248, plus £60 plus your club discount. Now, I'll bring the plate up to the side of the screen we're going to look at first. So just going back to the online courses, if you're interested in attending one of those online workshops, all you need to do, if you go into the item itself on the website, when you go in there, it explains exactly what's going to happen during the course of that workshop.
Yeah.
And also there's a list that you can download of the ingredients being used. Because you may be thinking, well, I'll sign up, but what am I going to need? So you can download an ingredients list, you can print it off, you can tick it off, yep, got that, got that. Most of the stuff that Louise uses and Barbara uses, many of you are already having your stash, like the plate mate, like your number 1, number 2 groove tools, your tumble dry sheet, your cardstock, etc. But you think, you know what, I haven't got that plate. I mean, Louise is going to show us on this plate, but maybe you've got the butterflies. You can replicate that in the same fashion, but it would just be different imagery. Okay, so you've got options. And then the same with Barb's one, you can download the instruction list. And there's also a link in the product description that will take you to the shop page.
Oh, yeah.
So if you think, right, okay, well, I need to get this, I need to get that, click on that link and it will take you to a page where all the products are listed. And it's like that one-stop shop then. And it's just easy, rather than search, oh, I need this. On the downloadable ingredients list, we do put the product codes on there. But sometimes it's easy to just go to a page, isn't it?
Yeah, and then just click on what you need, and then you can
just add,
see it all.
add, not. So, right, okay. Let's have a look at this plate. So we've got the details on the screen. We'll have a look at it on the overhead, because it really is jam-packed full of design, isn't it?
It really is. So you've got the outside dotty line, but just because you've got all of these, you can use elements of the dotty frame. So for example, if you just wanted to use the line, and then you could just use these dots here as like a decorative purpose. Then you have, for example, thank you for being the best friend I could ask for.
Oh, that's nice. That's all right.
And then you've got another lovely dotty frame. So all of these elements, then you've got a thank you for everything. So you've got them on different layers, but you can use elements from either side. And even these are brilliant for, say, for example, backgrounds in cards. You know, just repeat the patterns, you know, here
just
and there.
Random here and there.
And each one, it's not replicated. So you've got really lovely floral dotty one there, and little diamonds there. Then you've got hearts, and you know, down here you've got this really gorgeous pattern as well.
And you've got your different sentiments on there as well. So
Yeah.
for me, this is where it's like a standalone design.
It is,
because
yes.
although it was designed to work alongside the flowers and butterflies, and obviously it will work with the bird collection as well. If you just like decorative frames,
Yeah.
I think we should call this show You've Been Framed.
You've been framed.
You've been framed. Because all the plates on this show, from the birds to the butterflies, they've all got a frame around them,
yes.
which you can use in conjunction with the centerpiece of the artwork, but also as a frame generally.
Say, for example, if you wanted a quick card, for example, these would look great for the poppets, for example.
Yes,
as
they
well.
would, wouldn't they?
Just have all you've got to do is double your frame around, put your little poppet inside, and you've got this really lovely card.
And I also like, because it's a semicircle, I mean, I quite like it as a semicircle as well, so it becomes more of an arch,
yes,
doesn't it? So you can do it as an arch, or you can do it as a complete circle, or you can sort of offset them. Now, if we have a look at some artwork from the design team that Louise has sorted out.
It just reminds me of really pretty rainbows.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And in a way, this one sort of sums it up completely. So this one is from Carol Pankstello. So you can see where she's just used it as a semicircle, and it's created that illusion of like a wrap.
Yes. Yeah, that's beautiful.
I'm going to come in on this one. I think this one will be, yeah, there we go, just a little bit closer.
And obviously the pergola glitter really sets it off.
Yep, it does indeed.
But the colours together are so lovely.
Now this one's interesting. This one is from Carol Pankstello. So she's used the smaller one. This is all on one layer, I think. Yeah, it is. It's all on one layer. So she's done this one first.
Yeah.
Then she's done the little penguins sitting on top of the pile of presents. And then she's put the frame around it.
See, that's really beautiful. And the funny thing is, we've got birthday here, but this could also be a Christmas card.
Yeah.
This is just screaming out. No matter if you have the decorative board around here, I think there's one that looks like little snowflakes. You could use that one instead.
Yeah. This one here from Carol Baker. Now, Carol's created layers.
Wow.
So this has been die cut using our Pico circle dies, because they were designed to work with them.
Okay.
And then you've got different layers, and she's used an element to create these corners.
Just use that. And because this part here isn't circular, it's the frame, isn't it? So you can take elements out and use them like Carol's done here.
Is it one of the icons on the plate? You know, there's like little elements. Or has she actually taken?
I think she's actually taken it.
She's taken it from there.
Yeah.
Wow.
And just join them up.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Now this one is interesting, from Josie Davidson. So she's used those butterflies. So she's traced it.
Just the
butterflies. Then I reckon she's used the
icon
Pico square to create the frame. And then she's infilled with that little burst. I like that as well.
That's really nice. Really nice. Just like I was saying earlier, as a background, it looks stunning.
Yeah. And then if we look at this one from Jane Telford.
That's beautiful.
Jane's thinking outside the box again, because if I bring the plate in, which is this one here, if I put that side by side, for example.
Oh, it's smaller.
It's smaller, because what Jane's done is she's used the smaller of those semi-rounds to create her circle, and then she's just infilled the background from here, and then she's decoupaged and Pico cut excuse me, the butterfly.
I love the colours as well that she's used. It's stunning.
And that's all on one piece, with the exception of this one, which it's a separate frame.
Oh yeah.
That she's popped on top.
That's gorgeous.
That's really nice, isn't it?
Little...
Yes, I reckon that's a stamp. Might be wrong, but it could be the stamp. What does it say on the back? It doesn't say anything.
Oh.
Jane must have demoed that. I think that was a demo
I think
one.
it was. I think I got these out of the demo
Out of the
box 'cause I
demo
like them
box.
so much. I thought, oh.
Okay, and this one here is from Carol Baker. So she's now
has actually created
a wrap. I'm rubbish with those. I wonder what's hiding inside. So now, oh, look at that.
That's gorgeous. Is that? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that must be one of the, is it one of the designs on the plate? It's a star, isn't it?
Yes. There.
There, yeah.
Shall I bring in?
So
A star.
just using that star, oh, I bet that took some thinking about.
Right.
I wonder how many times Carol had a play with that to get that to fit all the way around.
Well done,
and then she's used the Japanese symbols for serenity in the middle and beauty.
Beauty in the corner.
But now you've got that, and now an amazing keepsake.
Do you know what? When I first saw this, I thought it had been stitched. It's kind of got that element of, you know, that ribbon that's kind of like stripy.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, she's embroidered it, but it looks stunning because she's put
it's just little black dots, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love that monochromatic look.
I know.
It's
so elegant,
really nice. And you could do that in any colorway, couldn't you?
You could do.
I mean, we've got the pastel rainbow now back in.
Yes, that would
really
look stunning.
It would really look like a rainbow then, wouldn't it?
It would do. That would look gorgeous.
Yeah.
I'll do the bow after.
Okay, you do the bow after.
I'm not very good with anything.
I'm not either. So that's some artwork using those plates as frames. And as you can see, you can use them as a semicircle, you can use them as complete circles, you can go large, you can go small.
Mm-hmm.
So what we do is have a look at how that plate works in conjunction with the new plate we launched last week with those celebration sentiments.
Yes.
Because obviously they're a semi-round as well. And just to show how it works in conjunction. So if I bring the details up on the screen, so you can see here, you've got this plate here, which is a celebration sentiment round, A5 square groovy plate, item number 42629. So maybe you bought that one and you didn't know about the A4 one.
Yeah.
They work in tandem, don't they?
Yes, they do.
So should we have a look at that, how they work? Do you want me to take that artwork back from you?
Cool. There we go.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Bring my plate mate in.
Super.
So we created this semicircle earlier.
So that's taken, whoops, wrong screen. There we go. So that's taken from the A4 plate, and it's any of those arches, isn't it? So
yes.
You can, but it's the larger one. You've taken the larger.
Yes, the larger outer two lines and the inner two lines here.
Yeah.
So just the outer border, just plain as it is.
Okay.
And then I just need this plate.
You need that plate.
So we've got, I'll show you the choices first. So we've got wishing you love, health and happiness. A little bird told me it's your special day. Sending you love and best wishes today. And here's hoping you have a great birthday.
Okay, so we've got 4 different options there.
So maybe I'll use this one. This one's a good one. There we go. There we go. So we can just place it in like so.
Yeah.
Let me move this up a bit. There we go. Bring in my.
There we go.
Okay.
It's been a long day, hasn't it?
It has. It has been a long day.
So you can see now that this, because the celebration one is a larger arc, so it sits outside of the butterflies designs and also the bird designs.
Yes.
So, but what it means is with this, you can now frame that. So maybe you don't want the decorative frame that comes on those particular plates. You want to keep it a little bit smaller. Then you've now got this option with the A4 plate, which is currently on your screen.
I'm just going backwards.
There's no worry about spelling backwards, is there?
No, exactly.
Because it's all been spelt out correctly for you. So therefore, you know there's not going to be any spelling mistakes or positioning. Because I mean, trying to go around, I mean, Barb had a great technique when we, the butterfly wrap, Barb's butterfly reef.
Oh, yes.
Back in the early days, and she showed how you could wrap a word around that as well. Because on the platemate, you've got your alphabet, so you could spell out anything.
I know, and I remember when I first started out, I used to have to write the word out, you know, using the alphabet, write the word out so that when you turn the parchment over, it was backwards. So
It
you
was
didn't,
backwards.
yeah. But that's the nice thing about having all of our lovely sentiments on Groovi plates now, is a lot of the time there's something somewhere that I can put on a card that I don't have to ever
Worry about spelling backwards.
Apart from maybe a name, if I want it personalised.
See, like mum
That's
and
it.
dad, they're probably the only two words. There's probably more out there, but they're the two obvious ones where you're unlikely to make a mistake.
Exactly.
Unless you went or or add or dar. So you can see there how that now sits around the outer part of that frame.
Yeah.
So you could then bring the A4 plate back in and you could fill around that area as well, couldn't you?
You could
With one of the dotted designs if you wanted to.
Yeah, so there's plenty here. Let me just...
Should we slide in and slide out?
Yeah, I'll slide this over.
There we go.
There we are. So then that gives you the option to try.
So for example, you pop that on there. See, look, those little flowers or the little snowflakes.
Yeah, that would look nice.
Or on the one to your right, you've got that row of dots and then you've got squares. Yeah.
That's a good one. And that's the
But then you've got the one underneath that would work well as well. I think it just shows.
Yeah, you can see here that you could use this top row.
If you wanted to.
If you wanted to.
Yeah.
But then, like you say, you can use any of these elements here.
Yeah. And then if you're taking the original designs, so for example, from the birds, you've got a bird plate there, haven't you? So then now when you take, we'll slide this one and put the black mat in place there, and you put that on there. So now you can see how it frames around the outside. So if you wanted to make a slightly smaller card,
see it better like that.
You can, can't you?
Yeah. See?
Because that lines up, and then you've got your sentiment around the outside. And I mean, you could even infill with some of this pattern as well.
You could do, yeah, if you wanted to.
So many different options on this plate.
Oh, little hearts, there you go.
There we go, you put little hearts in, work your way around.
There you go.
There we go.
Nice.
Sending you love and best wishes today. So there's so many different options with that A4 plate. And it's all about sort of having the decorative element as well. Yes. And they were designed to work with the Pico circle dies. So if you want to use them, like when we looked at the artwork, a lot of the design team had Pico cut using the dies. They didn't do it by hand.
No.
So I would suggest you die cut your Pico circle first on your parchment, and then you position it onto the semi-round to start off, and then you just go around and join it up. That's if you want to. Not everyone has die cutting machines.
No, that's true.
So you can still put it on a square even though it's a circle. But if you're into Pico cutting, you can Pico cut as well.
Yeah, there's so many different options, isn't there?
Yeah. So So Louise went back to the archives and she found a piece of artwork. I think, is this a Jane Telford piece? Josie Davidson. Yes. So Josie Davidson would have prepared this for one of our TV demos. And we're talking about frames here. Yeah. So you've got your doodle dies, you've got your Pico circles, and then you've got this A4 plate to add to it.
Can I just say something, which I think something that's really clever that's Josie's done, is, how's that stuck on?
How's it stuck on?
Yeah. It's got no brads. How's it stuck on? I think it's so clever what Josie's done. You can hardly see it.
Is it just there in the leaf?
No. Can you see these two little holes here?
Right, hang on. We need to super zoom on this. I'm going to come in manually and see if I can, hang on.
Okay.
Might go a bit blurry to start with. Let's see if I can also, hang on.
Move my finger out.
Yeah, if you move your finger out the way for a minute. So manual, near.
Bring the tool in.
There we go.
Okay, you can ever so slightly see it.
Right. Oh, yeah.
So this is a tiny little bit of thread.
Oh, wow.
And Josie's here and up here about 5 times around the
So
border.
it's just been stitched on.
It's just been stitched in 5 different points. One there, one there.
Wow.
And there's one there. So six different points.
I thought maybe it was a little bit of glue under the leaf that was holding it in place.
I saw that this morning. I thought, oh, that's so clever.
Wow.
Because I was looking at it. I
was it on the notes on what she did for the demo?
I don't know. I didn't see that. It probably was, but it's just for the. I haven't seen that before. I haven't, because I don't normally do embroidery.
Yeah.
I'm not very good with my fingers. But I thought that was a really clever way of stitching.
Well, I suppose
you can hardly
traditionally
see.
Back in the day, it used to be stitched. It used to be on the spines, and it's like a book stitch. There's actually a download on the website somewhere that Linda did a guide on how to stitch, where to
bring it in,
out,
in on itself,
round, and everything else.
I thought that's so tiny that you can hardly see it, but I think that's a really clever way of sticking your parchment onto a card. So that's the card that
that's
we're
what
going to look at anyway.
Taken from the inspiration from a piece of artwork that Josie's created, and you're going to put the birds on this one, aren't you?
Yes, so I'm just going to do the birds instead of the lovely butterflies, just to change it up. So just a little bit,
because this A4 plate, this was released back in September 23.
Yes.
So, and it hasn't seen, well, we haven't seen it since 2023.
Blimey.
Blimey indeed. Blimey O'Reilly. And I think this is where we go back to, and we say that we've got such a vast catalogue of designs.
Yes.
I mean, Deborah Wheeler's with us on Friday, and she's going to be using some stamp designs that are being discontinued. So once they have gone, they have gone. And it's very rare that we discontinue something, because there's always new people. And I think the designs, sometimes the way in which Barb's illustrated them or created them, like the butterfly wreath, I mean, that's in Groovi and in stamp. And I think it's in 2 sizes in stamps. It's still just as current now as it was back then.
Yes, and I know a lot of our friends like to use that one as well. And I do. I always kind of go back to it. There's always an element on there that you can use. Absolutely. So I started off just here. So I've used this lovely plate here.
So that one is your lovebird.
Lovebird.
Okay.
So I've just traced it out as it comes.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to show you the dotty.
Okay.
The dotty bit.
You want to go a bit dotty?
I'm going to go a bit dotty now.
I think we're all a bit dotty in this sunshine.
I know. So nice to have a bit of sunshine.
So you've got 6 different patterns to choose from on this plate.
Yes. So I thought I would try the heart one.
Okay. So all of these dots have been, they're laser etched, so they're not perforations, they are just embossed dots.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So it gives you options if you, because they're going to be exactly the same round it. So you could, whether you want your joined up lines to be halfway down, but if you've covered it exactly, you won't hardly notice
the join.
The join.
Okay.
as long as it's exactly the same over, I use these 2 lines here
Yeah.
for a guide.
Okay. Concentration. I can hear the brain wiring.
Squeaking.
I mean, it is all about taking your time, isn't it? Because it just
is.
fractionally out can just throw it. So it's worth taking the time to make sure you've positioned it in the right place.
Yes.
And you could do this in the other way as well. So you could create your frame first and then put your bird in.
You could do.
Couldn't you?
I mean, that would be easier.
You could do it on 2 separate pieces, which would be even easier
that
again.
would be even easier than that, yeah. So there's always options of doing different
there's
things.
There's many
an
option. And it's all about having those options and those choices. And whether you want to do a single line, whether you want to do a double line.
It's really up to you. So I could just use the outer line.
The outer line.
To. Do that then. So then I would just come in with my number 2.
I'm going to zoom in a little on this, so it's coming closer. I think is that one closer? Yeah, there we go.
Oh, there we go. So that's the number 2.
Yeah.
If you're careful, it won't matter so much as it would with the grid, because sometimes I think with the 0.8, if you're using a bold grid, it can sometimes
puncture
a little bit.
Yeah.
But with these embossed dots, it doesn't matter. See, I'm using the number 1 here.
And you're just pressing into those dots?
Yes.
Yeah.
Literally just.
Again, it's all about, I mean, it also, it's magic how it illuminates itself, doesn't it?
It really does.
It like reveals the design. And the dotty pattern. We were looking at Linda's collections last week, weren't we?
Yes.
Was it Friday?
Friday, I think.
Friday, wasn't it? The dotted, for me, it's like cross-stitch designs, and they proved really popular with our friends. I thought everybody must have those, but no, there were plenty of orders coming in for those collections last week. And these would work alongside those as well.
Yeah, I love this play because it's just got so many different dotty effects, hasn't it? So what you can do is, I'm just going to do the heart there and the heart there.
Yeah.
Just because I know that I wanted to show other things as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for sake of quickness, just think that I've done the last 5 dots.
Okay.
Parts there.
Yeah.
And I'm going to turn it round. And I'm going to line it up again.
I remember when Jazz was designing these, it had to make sure that you had half of the design of the dotted design at the end of each section.
Yes.
So that it gave you that perfect join, so to speak.
Yes.
Groove tabs. Key for this.
Always a good idea.
Always a good idea.
And then we just keep on going all the way around. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I would just finish.
So would you, with these little dots, would you say it's better with the number 1 tool or the number 2 tool, or does it not really?
I don't think it really matters. I think for this, you can use the number 1. It will give you a really lovely bright white dot. So yeah, I would say the number 1, because you're not going to go through.
No.
Because I always kind of, with dots, if I'm perforating, I'll go straight up. But if I'm just doing embossed dots, it's more or less like, like a pencil.
Yes, as if you like, yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to go too upright.
I think that's more important if you're using like the basic grids, isn't it?
Yes.
That you hold the tool in an upright position.
Yes. Yeah, with a grid, you I would use my number 2 for a bold grid,
Mm-hmm.
and I would go more straight on because then you get this nice round dot.
Yeah.
So you would just continue as normal,
Okay.
going around that. She says.
As it says.
Clear that off. There we go. So you've got your. Oh, let me move over here. So you can't actually see where
the
meets.
join was. No, I can't. No, I can't.
So as long as you've got the 2 lines on the inside exactly right, and also you can use the hearts as a marker, which is why it's quite a clever idea, because then once you've done it like that, oh hello, then it just means that the other side's going to match.
Going to match, of course, yeah.
So
I mean, that was one of the key things when that was being sort of designed, that as I say, each of the ends, you only get half a design.
Yes.
But you get like an overlap, so it's easier for positioning. So if I'm going to come in close on, if I show you here on this flower, so you've got half a flower, so that when you turn it round, you've already drawn a little circle in the middle, so you lay your parchment on that circle, and then it completes the design.
Yeah, so there's just these perfect little points where you can marry up things and
to create the overlap rather than butting up against it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It just makes life so much easier for us as crafters.
Definitely.
I'm all for an easy life. Right, so now I've got my groove card. I don't need that anymore, so I'm just going to move that out of the way.
Okay.
She says. Move that out of the way. Slide
So whilst
across.
Louise is slipping and sliding with her different mats, see, that's where the A3 black mat comes into play, doesn't it?
It does, yes. A3 black mat is perfect for your plate.
I don't know if we can, if we bring that one back in, sorry Lou, slide it back in. So Louise is using the A3 black mat, which you'll find on the website, and then you're using the alphabet plate mate for A4 and A4 square plates, aren't you?
Yes, and I'm also using the
with the little extenders.
That's the ones. What did I say?
Embedded.
Extenders. And it just means it, you know, any plate that you have as an A4 square, you can also have for A4.
And because you haven't chopped down your parchment yet, so when you was leaning here,
yes,
it would definitely be leaning off of that A4 plate. So this is where that plate mate comes into play, doesn't it?
Yes.
And it sits really well on the A3 black mat.
It does, yes. I always have my A3 black mat at home. I most of my things I do at home is all on an A3 black mat.
Yeah.
I just find for me, you know, if you're using large plates all the time, it just makes sense.
Yeah. Doesn't hang over the edge, so to speak.
Yeah, and the plate mate is really good, especially if you're using you know, like those lovely wrap plates.
It's the wrap from Linda Williams.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're perfect to sit in there because then you've got things to put your sticky tabs
because a lot of those plates are A4 in design itself, aren't they?
They're right up to the edge.
And so if you're using A4 parchment, I mean, again, back in the day, before we had all these different plate mates, we had like the border plate, we had the borders.
Yes.
And we never had a border plate mate. So we just used to attach it to the side of the original plate mate.
Yes.
And then someone said, oh, it'd be really great if we had a plate mate for the border plates. And so then that's how it evolved. So there's two different border plate mates. Yep. There's a word chain one, and then there's the Art Deco one.
Art Deco one.
So, and that's where it evolved. And then the A4 square plate mate, that came out first. And then we introduced a lot of large A4 plates that did need. So I remember doing it. It was just either side, but I still had that little gap. And it was Dave that came up with the idea of the little extenders to fill that gap in.
Yes. And it does, and it's usable as well, because then you've got these really lovely.
You've got the large letter boxes, which is So if you're interested in an A3 black mat, Gillia's given me the code, and it's item number 41036. Okay.
Perfect.
Back to Lou. Oh, I was going to say, before you go on to the next bit, I was going to announce day 4's winner of the winner piece of artwork. So I'm going to come into there, I reckon. So day 4, over the Barbara's birthday bash event, which we launched on Friday, every day, if you spent more than £50 in your basket, it was automatically entered into a prize draw to win a signed piece of artwork, which Barb has yet to choose. So day 1, we announced these yesterday, was Joyce Ferguson in Lichfield. Day 2 was Linda McClellan in Fareham. And day 3 was Mags Kerr in Swindon. And yesterday's winner is, drum roll, if I've got it in the right place, Sarah Munsey from Boston in Lincolnshire, not America,
Okay.
Lincolnshire. So congratulations to Sarah. She has won a piece of signed artwork. It could be a card, it could just be a topper that Barb's created.
Yeah.
So when Barb's back in the office, we'll sort some artwork out and we'll get it signed. And those 4 wonderful ladies have won a piece of artwork so that they can put on the wall. There we go. Okay. Brilliant. So back to Louise.
So once the frames will be done.
Yeah.
Like so. I just thought we'll add a little bit of colour, because
doesn't that give it a completely different look?
It does.
So if you look at the plate that it comes on, which is this one here, all of a sudden it's given it a completely different style.
It has. It's really nice. And it's slightly smaller as well, isn't it?
It is, definitely smaller because that's the way that they were designed.
So it means that if you wanted it to go on a slightly smaller card, this is, this is perfect, really.
Yeah.
So a little bit of colour now, I think.
Okay.
So I'll do a leaf.
Leaf it out.
Leaf it out.
Leaf it out, Louise. So you're using your new favourites, aren't you?
Oh, I
You're
am.
using the polychromo pencils.
Yeah.
We've got spring, summer, autumn and winter collections, plus the essentials, which you'll find on the website. And I was talking to Barb the other day when we were driving up to TV, and Barb's going to put some new colorways together.
Oh, brilliant.
So yeah, she'll probably do that when she gets back from the States.
Yes.
So
brilliant.
Okay.
Excellent. So I'm going to use permanent green olive.
Okay.
Which is 167.
Let me have a look at my color selections. That one I think is from that is from your autumn collection, 31902.
Okay. And then I'm going to use earth green yellowish.
Earth green yellowish, which is from the spring collection, 31900.
And then I'm going to use the cream, which is from the essentials.
Oh, the essentials collection. Item number, it says, pulling it off the shelf, 31031.
Perfect. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just use the cream at the top.
And this is all on the back?
This is all on the back.
Okay.
Nothing stopping you from doing it on the front, though. If you
if you did the enhanced pencil work course, you'd know exactly how to do that.
Exactly. A bit more cream, I think. There we go. Then I'm just using medium green underneath the cream.
Okay. And it's just light scribbling pressure?
Yeah, light scribble, and then using the darker one. So it looks very stripy at the moment.
It does, doesn't it?
Nice stripy green leaf.
It reminds me of, there's a plant, can't think what it's called.
I know what you mean. I can't remember what it's called though.
It reminds, like an eggplant.
Yes.
What was that film? Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, yes.
That's what it reminds me. I don't know why. I don't think I've actually seen the whole film. I just know that there's plants that come to life that sing and dance and talk and eat things.
we go.
So you're using your blending pen with your Dorso oil.
Yeah, and then I'm just going into the darker green. And then going to the outer leaf and then bringing it back. And then what you can do then, I'm just going to do that side. Okay.
Yeah.
Like so. And then, where's my dry nib? I'm going to use a dry nib.
Oh, right. Okay.
And then I'm just going to blend it in again.
Oh, wow.
So
that really made a difference. I could see that changing from where all of a sudden it gave it a really nice blend.
yeah, I find the dry nib sometimes really helps if you've got too much. For example, you go in with a bit of Dorso oil and sometimes you don't want to keep on blending with the Dorso oil.
Because I suppose in a way it's just moving it around, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So I just use the dry nib just to blend it even more, and then you have a nice little leaf. And then then you can always build up the colour. You could.
And you're doing this on the front now?
Yes, on the front now.
So you need a really sharp pencil for that, don't you, Louise? Would you like to use a pencil sharpener?
Oh, that is.
A Faber-Castell pencil sharpener.
Perfect, thank you. I was just thinking that's
I could see Louise was looking around the desk thinking, where's the pencil sharpener?
Where did I put it? Where's my pencil sharpener? The one thing I didn't bring.
Well, luckily we're a craft company and we happen to have one on the back shelf.
Hey. So then it's just a little bit of a...
Try on this side camera. There we go.
Just adding a bit more depth on the front.
You can see that all of a sudden now it's got shape to it, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. And then just dust off using a stencil brush. Oh, hello. Okay. And then it just gives it just this little bit of a...
What if I come in?
It's only ever so slightly. But sometimes adding a tiny little bit of colour on the front just gives it a bit more depth as well.
So if we put, can we put a white piece of paper under there so we can see how beautifully that's blended together? Look at that.
Okay.
It really does.
Just
the light and the dark. I mean, I've seen Barb do that on when she's colouring in on card. So it's that same technique, isn't it, that you would do if that was a stamped image with the light and the dark. Because I remember when I first saw Barb do this technique, it was at one of our parchment retreats. Because with a leaf, to get that illusion, it is light, dark, light, dark.
Yeah.
But when I used to do leaves, I would have dark on the outside and just light in the middle. And they never looked anything. You could see that you obviously had the light and the dark, but I was getting it wrong because I had all the light in the middle. So my leaves looked completely flat. And it wasn't until it was one of the parchment retreats at the Spa Hotel, and we was colouring, it was the overlays. We was doing the rose. And Barb was showing us how to do the leaves on the rose. Oh yeah. And all of a sudden, it was sort of like a light bulb moment, and everyone in the room as well, they were all watching, and all of a sudden it made perfect sense to go light, dark, or dark, light, etc. So you get that. Yeah, see, when I used to go to Wales and Linda used to show us how to do a lovely pencil work on the front, I learned that, and I always learn a tip from Linda is to always in a leaf always add cream. It just gives that really lovely like lighter effect. So and we did leaves, didn't we, in the enhanced pencil work course? We did, yes. Because we were using Barb's big blooms on that collection, and there was leaves that we did it on the holly leaf. Yes, yeah, I remember that now. Yeah. So after you've coloured it all, here's one I made earlier. It will look something like this. Okay. And I've already started to do. I've done
I've used the Pico V. I just wanted to show you a little trick. So I've gone all the way around with the Pico V medium.
So the Pico V tools, they were something that we introduced. I say we, Barb introduced when we bought Pergamano, because to create that really nice, spiky's a bit harsh, that lovely pointed frill around the outside, you would have used the angle tool.
Yes, which has a really lovely castle turret.
Which it does. It has a flat point. And Barb said, but I wasn't expecting that. I want,
it looked like
if I'm going to do a triangle like that, I want a point on my triangle.
Yes.
So she worked with Linda on that. And that's where the Pico Vs came into play, because now, and you've got them in the 3 different sizes, and it gives you that point. I don't know if I can come in. I'm going to see if I can come in closer. Right, I'm going to do it manually. And then we'll go auto. And then we'll do manual, bear with, and then we'll go near. And then near. There we go, it's coming. There we go. So look, you've now got, they look like little Christmas trees.
They do, actually.
Don't they?
Yeah.
So you've now got that point at the tip of that triangle. And that's exactly what Barb wanted. Excuse me. So that's what the Pico V tools give you. And they're available in the 3 different sizes.
Yes.
There we go. Okay.
So
I'm going to zoom back out now.
So before we go, I just wanted to show everyone that the good thing is the dotty frame is brilliant.
Yeah.
But you can use it for other things as well. So, oh, sorry. There we go. Okay, so I've got here, I'm on the back.
Okay, we're coming close.
So I've got this really lovely little dotty
So you've got the little dots within the Christmas trees?
Yes.
Yeah.
So now they look like lights on a Christmas tree or baubles on a Christmas
tree. They do, don't they?
So what I've done is I've used the same one I've used as the border here, but I'm just going to.
Oh, so you're using the tip of the heart.
Yes, just the tip of the heart here. And it goes.
And that fits perfectly within, and that's within the medium Pico tool.
Yes,
Pico V.
The Pico, yes, the medium. However, if you were using the large one, you could probably get the extra layering.
Oh, of course, yeah. See, now to me, they look like strawberries now.
Yum, love strawberries. Well, we are getting into the spring vibe, spring and summer vibe.
Yeah.
Strawberries. So yeah, so you would just keep on going round.
That's a really easy way of filling in on that, because otherwise you'd use the basic grid to infill, wouldn't you?
Which is great, but sometimes when you see loads of dots together, sometimes
you press in the wrong place.
They merge into each other and you feel like you're going cross-eyed sometimes.
Yeah.
So, but this really just makes it easy for you because it's the same every time. Let's go a few more. Oh, one more.
And there's no counting. Well, I mean, you are counting when you're doing it, but so all of a sudden, and it ties in then with the little hearts.
It does, yeah.
Around the outside.
Upside down.
I really like that. And then obviously, I mean, even if you wanted to Pico cut, you can, but I quite like the nice effect of the perforation with the embossed dots on the inside.
Yeah, so you could just cut it out as a square and just have that on the front.
Yeah. Or was that the biggest frame on that plate?
On that one?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
I wonder. I reckon you could the Pico Circle Groovi plate, if you wanted to put another frame around it, you could do that. So you could just use that as a decorative element.
Yeah,
couldn't
definitely.
you?
Yeah, so then Obviously, I haven't cut it all the way out though. But say you've got your green card with your doodle die,
and that's from the original doodle dies, isn't it? That's the one where you've got one big die, and it cuts out all the 10. Whoops. That's all right. I'm all right. I bent down. I was looking to see if the die was here in the studio, and my microphone clipped off the back. But I have got something else here. Well, I'm going to have a look first before I do it.
Okay. I just wanted to say that with the Pico V medium, it fits inside the doodle die here as well.
Oh yeah.
Very nicely inside.
Nice.
So it gives a nice little decorative edge, and then if you wanted, you've got the pink to match in with the pink hearts and everything, and the green to match in with the leaves.
Super. Now I just found, I was looking for the doodle die, but I think they're outside. Oh, yeah. I've just found the Groovi plate for perfect. The Pico circles. So now if we take that and we pop that on there, I reckon, see that's, this one here is, I've got to get my head over it, hang on. So this outer frame is 1, 2, 3, is the third one in.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to, you could do the second one in and put another frame around the outside if you wanted to, or Pico cut the second largest one and put that in the middle of it.
Yeah.
As well.
That would look lovely.
Options, options, options.
We like options.
We do, many options.
So yeah, so once that's in there and that's on there.
And then that's just a variation of a theme on that one that Josie created.
Exactly.
Using the butterflies instead of the birds.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Now before we go, I just wanted to, we'll put this on, I'll do this on the overhead. They're on the show page. And then we'll just let Louise clear the decks. Open days.
Open days.
In June. It's one of the biggest events on the Clarity calendar. So we've got our open days in June, which I'll bring in on the overhead like so. Let's have a look, see if I got that right. I'm going to come in.
Pretty.
Close. They're lovely tickets, aren't they? So if you want to come on the Friday, item number for that is 60232. The open day tickets are £10. There's no club discount, but for £10, I mean.
Well, you also get a ticket, don't you? When you go
you also, when you hand this in, you get a raffle ticket, which you keep all day for an hourly raffle. So item number for the Friday is 60232. If you want to come on the Saturday instead, or both, item number is 60233. And then on the Sunday, it's something we introduced a couple of years back, we do a one-day workshop. So if you want to get all inky and arty with Barb, it's a Sunday one-day workshop. The item number for that is 60236. If you want to get in the groove with Louise and myself on the same day, you can't do both. We do it in different rooms. The item number for that is 60237. And something that I really love looking forward to are our summer retreats as well. So the summer retreats are in 2-day blocks. So it's a 2-day retreat. Item number 60238. Inky and Arty with Barb, and that's Monday and Tuesday, the 17th and 18th of August. Then we do it the same course the following 2 days with Barb, and that's on Wednesday and Thursday, the 19th and 20th. So that's 60239. And then we have a day, it's not a day off, we have a day to regroup and reconfigure. And then we have the annual summer retreat with Louise and myself on the Saturday and Sunday. Item number for that is 60240. Club discounts apply to one-day workshops and the summer retreats. If you put a product of the month in the basket, like one of our friends did yesterday, then that will get double points on that as well.
Perfect.
Maybe you want to make a sort of like, if with the open days, you want to make a weekend of it. I know
a lot
of our friends, they come on the Friday, then they spend the day with the other half on the Sunday, and then they come back and do the workshop on the Sunday. Or they tell the other half to go
do something.
do something themselves, and they come on the Friday, the Saturday, and the Sunday. We do have a list of local hotels, so if you are traveling from afar, then when you go into the product information, there is a list there that you can download. But if you've got any questions about that, you can always give the office a call on the number below, where Sue has all that information to hand. Takes place in Ditton Community Centre in Maidstone in Kent. So it's just off the M20, so it's easy to get to. There's lots of free parking. We have Jazz and her mum normally run the little refreshments. There's like sandwiches, hot drinks, cold drinks, biscuits, fruit, etc. We have demonstrations throughout the 2 days. We've got the make and takes. There's one for Groovi, one for Stampy, Inky. Barb has some of her pottery there to sell. Brilliant. I think she's got a little bit left. I think she's trying to find some time to make some more to stock up for June. And then, as Louise said, there's an hourly raffle. So you keep the ticket, Barb gets up on the chair. I mean, sometimes it's 2 or 3 prizes an hour.
I know.
And we tend to have a lot of special offers while we're there as well. So if you want more information, just go to the website. There's a section for our events tickets. You can go on there, have a look, have a read, see how far it is to travel. Yeah, hopefully we'll see you there soon. So thank you as always to lovely Louise for this afternoon. Gilly for helping out in the chat. Louise and I will be back tomorrow, but that's for those of you that are attending our first monthly online workshop for Groovi Parchment, and that's using Barb's Dreambird. So you can still purchase that now, and I'll say probably about 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. I'll make sure if you've got, I'd say until 11 o'clock tomorrow, so I can send you out the invite in time for you to join along at 1 o'clock. And apart from that, I'll be back on Friday with Deborah Wheeler for her monthly visit. And as we said earlier, in one of the shows, she's got some stamps that when they're gone, they're gone. And then we're going to revisit some SHAC designs as well.
Nice.
So thanks as always for your company, and we look forward to seeing you again very soon. Take care now.
Take care.
Bye-bye.